and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, which you'll see in the comments section below. So today is part 2 of adjusting soil pH so that a plant can get really healthy and grow nice and beautiful and strong and big. And I have my corn plant here, which was ailing, and I had done everything checked on everything, I should say. So the watering was good, the fertilizing was good, it had the right exposure for sun, etc. And repotted the plant, and because it was ready, and it was still having issues. So as I mentioned in part 1, the pH, when we tested the pH and discovered that the plant is a little too acidic. The soil is a little too on the should say, yeah. So the soil was at neutral and or close to neutral, which is neither acidic or alkaline. And this plant likes things more on the alkaline side. And as I was mentioning, if you've gone through all the checklists and you cannot figure out what's wrong with a plant, it's time to check the pH, which I did in the prior video. So this plant, like I said, I discovered it was on the very neutral, even moving a little bit towards basically a little bit acidic, and it really needs to be alkaline. So you have to know also, when you are checking your plant pH, what kind of pH it wants. So does it like a more acidic soil? Does it like a more alkaline soil? Does it like a neutral soil? Most potting soils, at least they're supposed to be, when you get them, are going to be on a near neutral. They should be near neutral. So that being said, when you plant, you need to keep that in mind, that if a plant likes really acidic conditions or it likes more alkaline conditions, that neutral soil is not going to do the trick. The problem, as I mentioned prior video as well, is that when a plant pH is off, the plant cannot take up nutrients. So you can be fertilizing away and doing everything, but the plant, because the system is out of whack, will not absorb the nutrients. So keep that in mind. That's why you want to do this. This spotting in here is a sign of some nutrient deficiencies, which alerted me to the fact that the plant had some pH problems, which is very handy for this video. So what I'm going to do is, this was the tester that we used when we test the plant and found out that it was at neutral, and we really need to get it more alkaline. So with what you want to use to get a plant to more alkaline is you want to use the lime. You're going to use lime to make the soil more alkaline. And if you needed to, say this plant needed to be more acidic, then I would use soil sulfur. And here's some pelleted soil sulfur for you that you can take a look at. I like the pelleted form more than the powder form, because the powder form it's easy to inhale accidentally. You don't want to do that. Also, it smells bad for a long time after. So this is less smelly, but I'm not going to use that on this guy because this guy needs to be more alkaline. So more alkaline, I'm going to use lime. You will find lime in a powder form, but it's not as powdery. It doesn't create that dust in the air, so it's easier to work with. Now I have portioned this out according to how much this plant needs per inch of soil. So I am going to go ahead and add lime to the soil, and we are going to wait a month, and then we are going to retest, because when you do adjust soil pH with a product, you cannot expect it to change overnight. You need to let the product settle in. You need to water a few times so it settles in more, and then the plant will also the pH will adjust, and then ideally the plant will start to take up the nutrients from any fertilizers and start doing really well for you. So hopefully we will at that point start to get rid of some of these tip burn and the new growth coming from the center will come out more healthy. That's your sign when it starts to come out more healthy from the center. So I am going to go ahead and add lime, and the way I do it is the way I do it with dry fertilizer. I am going to make a hole in the soil as such and move it around to open it. Going to sprinkle a little bit of the lime in there. Going to mix it in, and it will get down in there. And then I'm going to continue the procedure. Lift up the leaves, you can see there too. I'm going to try to cover, I'm going to do different depths as well. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the lime in here so that it will get to the various areas of the soil and the various areas where the roots are. After this, it won't be on camera, but I am going to water this in really, really well as well. So you wouldn't do this and not water right afterwards. Putting some more here. You can also, if you prefer, I'm showing this method, but you can also take the plant, repot the plant. Even if the plant doesn't need repotting, you can just repot into the same pot, just add the appropriate amount of lime. I'm going to continue, add it over here, but I am showing you this way so that people that you may have a large plant that you don't have time to repot or you can't repot, and this is a way to go ahead and adjust the pH. And as I mentioned, water thoroughly after. So I've got that here. I'm also going to be sprinkling some on top, because that is okay as well in this instance. So remember, when you do this, don't overdo this. There is a tendency to say, well, you know, I really want this to work and I want it to work fast and I don't want to wait, and I don't, maybe a lot, maybe extra will do the trick, and it won't. It will overcorrect things, and then you will have the overcorrection will create its own problems. So keep that in mind as well. You would do the same thing with the pellets of the soil sulfur. And remember, horticultural soil sulfur, and then agricultural lime is what you're looking for in the nursery or online. Now, like I said, afterwards I will water this well, and we are going to revisit him in a month, and hopefully at that time we will see more healthier growth, and then we will also at that time retest the soil. If it still is not quite correct, you can go ahead and do some more adjusting and more additions of lime or soil sulfur. Well, thank you for watching this video. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.